Salutations, my Fallout lovers, it is Matty here today, and we are going to be taking a side-by-side look at the Far Harbor DLC and the Nuka World DLC for Fallout 4, because honestly, they could not be any more further apart. But I just wanted to look at them both together because honestly, there's only 2 New Lands DLC for Fallout 4, so I think why the hell not, right? And I'm just going to decide at the end what my personal preference of a Fallout DLC would be. So for starters, we're going to take a look at Far Harbor. This was a story-focused DLC, finding out the mystery of the fog. Why is there a synth colony here? What's going on? Who is going to control Far Harbor at the end of this? And also posing morality-based questions. Far Harbor was a DLC that I felt showed that Bethesda still knows how to make a solid RPG. The conversation wheel felt better than ever. It felt like how the game should have been at launch. There were skill checks. There was so much role-playing here. It was fantastic. Now, some would argue it did have a point lookout feel, and I will not deny that, but I thought that added to the aesthetic. There were some technical issues holding it back, such as the PS4 version really not working at all. Far Harbor also touted the quote of the biggest DLC landmass Bethesda Game Studios has ever created. And did they live up to that? Quite honestly, this area feels so dense and packed with so much little things to explore and see on top of obviously your standard areas to see in a Bethesda Game Studios game that I gotta say, I really do appreciate this DLC quite a bit. It was just a blast to explore. Each faction was interesting, well written, and I felt compelled during the story, which was actually quite rare for the game that is Fallout 4. Most importantly, the lasting impression that I had after Far Harbor was I felt for the synths, which was amazing because the base game of Fallout 4 could not do that for the life of it. But the DLC Far Harbor really left me thinking and really left me feeling for these synths, and it really changed my perspective on some things. But overall, Far Harbor, story focused. What about Nuka World though? Complete opposite end of the spectrum. You arrive here at Nuka World, you are the overboss of Nuka World. You gotta assign gangs to these new areas, and it's really just exploration based. Check out what Bethesda has made here. Everything is colorful, there's so much crap to see, it's a good time. If you're a Fallout fan that likes to kick their feet, shoot stuff, and just keep on going, this is the type of DLC for you. Don't get me wrong, there's some really cool moments like the memorial for a past Fallout fan, as well as the return of the Hubologist from Fallout 2. But Nuka World was really just about the exploration, and I feel like both these DLC were tests for something at Bethesda. The reason I say that is because Far Harbor was almost like a test to see, can we actually make a good RPG experience? And they did. And Nuka World felt like can we make a good exploration experience? Yes, they clearly can. And now what I want to see at some point in time is Bethesda mesh these two strengths together into a much larger product. What I see in Nuka World is one strength at work while they're showing their weakness in writing and story, but in Far Harbor, I see some decent gameplay, but I see fantastic quests, I see an exciting story that really compelled me and made me think. So in the end, I think both DLCs did their job fairly well. Some have argued that Nuka World will force you to be the bad guy, but I think everyone missed the questline that lets you kill all the raiders at Nuka World and just go explore and do your thing. And what's exciting though is I've seen a lot of people say Nuka World is their favorite DLC of all the Fallout games, which is a really cool thing for Bethesda Game Studios to have. But for me, if I had to pick between one or the other, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna go with Far Harbor. This is the type of Fallout game I like though. A lot of people complain that Fallout 4 was a little heavy and they didn't like how it didn't lighten up at any point in the game. But me, I like my games to be emotional. I like to feel things because I feel video games are a work of art, and I like feeling things, whether it's sadness, happiness, whatever, in a video game. And really, Far Harbor left me thinking. And that's what I love about games, where many months go by and this experience is still sitting in the back of my head, and I'll just lay there for a little bit and ponder on what exactly had happened. So that's just for me personally. You guys may have a different opinion, and that's all good, but for me, I like the type of experience I had at Far Harbor. I love the RPG experience of Fallout, where I could actually talk my way out of problems. I didn't have to shoot everything, where Nuka World felt like more of a shooting gallery to me, but that's fine because the focus was on exploration clearly. Nonetheless, that's all from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'd love to hear your thoughts between these 2 DLCs in the comments down below. Did both do the job for you? Is there one that you like more than the other? How are you feeling about this? I just want to take a side-by-side look at them, not really comparison per se, but just my thoughts on the overall DLC that were new landmass expansions. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are as always in the description down below. Check out triggerbomb.com, the place by Bethesda fans for Bethesda fans. Other than that, stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.